In today's video, I'm going to review where we are in the S&P 500, the different sectors and how they performed, the latest economic news, and the current fear and greed in the market right now. Then I'll break down the top 10 trades for next week. Before we get started, be sure and hit like and subscribe down below. Also, download the free options workshop in the link below. It talks about the main benefits of trading options over buying stocks. And disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research, and if you're new or learning, start small. All right, guys, you can see here that we had a nice pullback in the market last week. The S&P 500 was down 2.6%, and pretty much all the sectors. President Trump announced a new tariff threat, and he proposed a 50% tariff on imports from the European Union starting June 1st, and a 25% tariff on Apple iPhones not manufactured in the U.S. So that, I think, really affected the market, and this just reignited fears of escalating trade conflicts, especially as negotiations with the EU and China have kind of stalled going forward. But hey, I think it's an opportunity. I think these are going to get wrapped up, and you know how Trump works, and I think there's going to be some good news coming out, and there's going to be some more deals made. All the major technology stocks pretty much got hit. Energy got hit with 4%. Tech down 3.44. And if we look year to date, consumer discretionary is down big, 6%, and technology down 2.5%. But again, I think that's going to rebound here shortly going forward. And as far as the interest rates that we've got, let's take a look at that. Right now in June, we're at 4.25 to 4.5. The Fed is delayed with cuts, and there's a weak auction on the 20-year Treasury bonds that pushed yields higher last week. So that reflected investor concerns about the growing U.S. deficit. So the House did put together a bill that was expected to further increase the federal debt as well, and this contributed to a spike in the yields and heightened market anxiety. So right now on interest rates, we're at, again, 4.25 to 4.5. There are still, let's see, in July, it's not expected to be a cut. The first cut is expected in September. So quarter point in September to 4 and 4.25, and then October expected to stay, and then December maybe another quarter point. So maybe two more this year, and then as inflation concerns take place, or not take place, as inflation concerns weigh and they start to go away, and we don't enter a depression, which I think is going to happen. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think going forward is going to happen with the economy. But to me, I think that's kind of overblown, and I don't think there's going to be a recession. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think anybody knows for sure. And we've got to be ready no matter what happens. And that's the reason that I trade options in both directions. So sell calls, take advantage of that if the market does move down, and buy more leaps on a big down move as well, in order to take advantage of that pullback and the dollar cost averaging. That's how we make big money. So no matter what happens, we're going to be prepared moving forward, but there'll be more rate cuts next year as well. And then the fear and greed index right now is 64. So people are still pretty greedy out there. I know the PE ratios are above the historical 10-year average, and I think that it's still you can't be out of the market. You've got to be in the market. Play technology stocks, AI stocks right now long is what I'm doing. But again, let me know in the comments down below what you think. All right, guys, the first one I'm looking at right now is Apple. This is the Tasty Trade option trading platform. There's a link down below, so be sure and check it out. It's great for trading options, very intuitive. I love the curve mode on this, and there's some benefits if you go through my link down below. As far as the position, I don't have a position right now in Apple. I've been waiting with this tariff and the manufacturing in China, but I think it's too good to pass up right now. I mean, look at this chart. It's beautiful. The 50-day is the green, so it's above the 200-day, which is the red. We're at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, so it means it's oversold. And look at this trend up. This is a 3-year chart, so this is over the last 3 years. And I've learned, don't bet against Apple. And anytime it's down like this, it's usually an opportunity. If we look at the income statement and balance sheet, they're perfect. Growing revenue and net income, as well as assets and liabilities. Gross margins are big at 46%. So Apple, in my opinion, it's just an opportunity. This will get resolved, and you can look at the chart. It's down. To me, this is an opportunity. Here's the 1 year. This is the 1 year. We're down at 195, and they've got a target on Yahoo of 228, and the 52-week range is up to 260. So there's definitely room to move there. And again, the statistics, forward P is 27, so below the recent average PEs. The PEG is 1.99, under 2 for a stock with this much cash. To me, it's a no-brainer. Look at the analyst beats on the earnings, strong buys and buys. So to me, it's a no-brainer. So what I'm looking at doing is just throwing on a put spread. I'm going to start small. So I was thinking about doing a leaps and selling a call against it, doing a poor man's cover call. But I'm just going to start out small, go $10 wide. So I'll sell a 90 put. We're at 195, depending on where the market opens on Tuesday. And then a $10 wide, buy the 180. And what that will do, here's the curve mode on the platform again. Let's see. Oh, it's not showing. I think we got to put on a new one in order to show the curve mode. But I can do that. Sell the 190, buy the 180, and then we can go to curve, and you can see the profit zone. So as long as the stock stays below or above this in this green range, then we keep the 250 is the mid price right now. But I'm going to try to collect a third the width of the strike. We'll see. But the break even is below that. The break even is about 187, and we're trading at 195. So I like this trade, and I'm just going to start small in Apple going forward. I'm not going to go through all. I'm going through the top 10 that I've got, or 10 of the best trades right now for next week. So AMD is another one, no brainer for me. I've got 3 leaps on that are out 299 days, and then the 26 or the 125 calls that I've sold against those leaps options. And again, AMD, super strong balance sheet. If we look on Yahoo, you can see it's had a bit of a pullback. They're second to NVIDIA, but huge upside in AMD right now. 126 is what they've got as a target. But PE of, I believe, like 19. So the fundamentals are really good as well. And if we look at the forward PE 27 and the PEG ratio 0.56, that's unbelievable. And then if we look at the analysis tab, you can see earnings beats, strong revenue and earnings going forward, buys and strong buys. And if we look down here at the projected growth, 14%, I think that's low next year. I think AMD is going to kill it. So that's why I've got 3 positions on, 3 poor man's covered calls. So to me, I'm all in with these guys. They've got the MI 350 coming out this year, and then the MI 400 next year. So to me, 36% year-over-year revenue growth is unbelievable. Huge opportunity. Let me know in the comments below if you're trading AMD. All right. Next one we're going to talk about, which I believe is a great trade for next week as well. A lot of tech, because tech's been hit. You could see Dell. I've got a poor man's covered call. You can see, again, beautiful flag pattern, and we've still got the 50 above the 200-day. And let's see what Yahoo has on Dell. 112 is where it's trading. 128 they've got as a target, and super strong financials as well in Dell. And right now the forward PE is 12. So great buy right now. Price to sales of 0.84 and a PEG of 0.86. And again, so I look at the fundamentals, the technicals, the option trades that are available, and then I like the room to move. If there's a lot of room to move on this, that's definitely something that's great. I'm not worried about it in any pullback because it's going to hold its value. 3 earnings beats, strong recommendations, and the growth, 12%. I think that's low over next year. I think there's a possible server deal with Elon right now, but basically you can buy the Leaps option for a couple $1,000s and then collect $300 or $400 a month and pay that off in 5 months. So I've done some videos on Leaps and poor man's covered calls, but this is a great play for that. Alphabet's the next one, and this one I'm long on again. 168 is the current price. 200 is the target. Everybody knows the Google and who they are. Let's see. I don't even need to go through the fundamentals. You know they're super strong. The big thing with Google right now is Congress may push to break up Google, but they're likely worth more separated. I believe they got a $2 trillion. Their market cap is $2 trillion. If you break them up, their basically market cap is, the way I calculate it, is like $4 trillion. So it's like double, which is unbelievable. The $4 trillion market cap, the double market cap would translate to like a $331 stock price. So it's much better. They've got Android, Waymo, YouTube, Gemini, Cloud. Kathy Wood sees it as an AI. Not that she's always right, but she's pretty good on some of these tech stocks. But as a AI game changer moving forward, they're dominant. Lilly is the next one that I have. Look at Yahoo. They've got a target of 955. The stock price is currently 713. And look at the chart. I don't get it. These guys, the fundamentals are incredible. Forward P of 32 is usually much higher. They've got a great pipeline going forward. And to me, I think maybe the current administration is cracking down on lowering prescription drug cost, and that's affected it, I believe. But if you know more about Lilly, let me know. I've got to do some research on that. But please comment down below. It actually really helps the channel, get it out to more people. So I really appreciate the comments, guys and gals. And as far as the chart, let's look at the chart in Lilly. And this is a 3-year, but you can see trending up. I'm going to go back to the 1 year. I normally like to look at the 1 year and then the daily. So that's what I'm going to do. Switch back to that. And then you can see, look at this. Wow. Triple. This is a 1, 2. This is like a triple bottom. So to me, it's ready for a move up. And it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So the 50 is below the 200, but I'm not worried about Lilly. They're so strong. It's even a dividend stock. So what do I have on? I think I've got put spreads. It's a high price stock. So I don't do leaps typically, but yeah, I've got $10 wide, two different, or I've got a max 3 on. So it also helps diversify your portfolio if you're, in all tech, like I am some of the time. It's nice to have a drug stock, healthcare in there as well. So I've got two $10 wide put spreads. All right, Mara is the next one. This is another one that's kind of diversifies the portfolio. And, it's a crypto miner. Highly volatile, follows Bitcoin and crypto. Earnings don't really seem to matter with these guys. But it's had a double bottom as well. 1, 2. We've got the 50 below the 200, but I see a breakout coming, and especially since the current administration is definitely pro crypto, regulations are going to be loosened, but I think it's overbought right now, and Take a look at Yahoo. And again, guys, oh wait, where am I at? I didn't do Yahoo, did I, on this? Mara, I missed that one. Okay. Let's look at Mara. There we go. There's the 1 year. They've got a $20 target while we're at 14 right now. And yeah, they missed last time. Not a big deal. The crypto, this one just trades differently. But the big one that I like about this is the $20 target, the 52-week range. It's been as high as $30 moving forward. And yeah, it's pretty much tied to Bitcoin. But I like the setups as far as what we can do, what we can collect on the selling the calls against the leaps. And over time, I think it's going to just continue to move up. And it could be at 20 or 30 here in just a few months. Let me know in the comments below if you're trading any crypto stocks and which ones. All right, let's go to the next one. PayPal. Also, guys, let me know down below if you're trading anything that I'm not covering today and what you're trading. Really appreciate it. All right, PayPal, I've got 3. So max tranche on here in this account. It's trading at 69.13 IV rank, and I've got 3 poor man's covered calls. So those are deep in the money leaps. We've got, you can see a big run up right here. So we are kind of oversold. But again, I think with PayPal, it's one of those that's got so much room to move, and it's been beaten down for so long. They've got a target of 83. It's at 69 right now, 52 week range. So it's got room to move up to 93. Statistics. Let's look at the PE 14. So right in that range. PEG under 1. Unbelievable. Analyst rank 3 beats. Continued revenue and earnings beats. Buys. What's their growth? They've got a new CEO. So they've got 10% next year. So I think they can beat that with this new CEO. He's cutting the unprofitable products. There's, again, good fundamentals. They've got crypto now. So he's thinking a little bit differently. PayPal still has 45% of online payment right now. And Q1 was the 5th consecutive quarter of possible growth, and operating income increased by 31%. So it's huge. They've got a partnership with Amazon, and really like the CEO. All right, what's next? PayPal. I think Rivian's a new one I'm putting on. Maybe I'll talk about that this week. But let's see. Sound. Good old Soundhound. All right. I've got a $10 leap, 10 strike leap on, and we're at 958. That's not good. We're not deep in the money. But look at that chart. Flag pattern. The 50 and the 200 are right there. And as far as analyst rank, again, I've just got a leaps on right now. I think that calls are kind of cheap, and that's why I didn't sell the calls. I think there's more to gain on the upside of the leaps rather than cap it with a call. Yeah, you can only collect, even on its 10.74. And my target is much higher. I'm sure it's, my target, I think, is 20. Yeah, it's 20 for sound. So here it is. They've got a 11 target. I think it's much higher than that, but 52-week range up to 24. So it's been there, done that. And 3 beats, strong buys. What's their growth? I bet you it's big. Growth, 65% next year. Unbelievable. These guys are killing it. And they have AI assistants that they can build in multiple languages, and it's used heavily in the auto industry. Agentic AI is huge in its voice assistants, and it's a $160 billion market in 2026. So there's huge growth room ahead for these guys. The 85 million in revenue last year. So again, that's what the 65% increase in growth that they see. And You can, yeah. So now going forward, what you can do is you can order from your car on the way to pick up fast food, or hopefully we're trying to eat healthier, but sandwich or whatever. And you know what? I eat fast food all the time, so no problem. I love fast food. But either way, you can order from your car using the voice assistants, and they can have your food ready when you pick it up. So I think that's unbelievable. They've got 88% projected revenue growth in 2020. Actually, I saw 88% somewhere else. Yahoo's got 65, but still, wow, who's complaining with that growth? And yeah, it's huge. But like these guys going forward, and I'm just playing leaps right now in SoundHound. And I think we're getting to the end. I think we've got 2 more. All right. Trade Desk. I've got a 70 leaps on. So I sell calls against Trade Desk, but with that big move down last week, I closed out my calls. So this is where we make money on the way down. So I sell a call always when I open a leaps position. That's a poor man's covered call. And then when we have a move down, I'll close out the call side, and then I'm just long. So it's beautiful. It's a covered call strategy. And let's look at the chart. Wow. It's down, lots of room to move, but it did have a big jump up, and now it's a little bit of a pullback. But these guys look at that balance sheet, beautiful. And 80% margins, unbelievable. Price to earnings is 90, a little bit high, but still for the growth that these guys have, it's not bad at all. And right now is a good time to buy it. But they do digital and cloud advertising, so huge growth ahead. They have a software platform that allows advertisers to purchase across thousands of websites, apps, and even streaming TVs now. We're going to start, well, we already see ads, unless you pay for the upgraded service with no ads, typically on Netflix and Max and some of these others. But this allows you to set a budget and your goals for these companies and measure the results much better going forward. And they have a cookieless feature. So the future of advertisement is moving away from the third-party tracking cookies. And UID2 is an upgrade, and it tracks anonymously and ethically. And this is something that Congress and the government is going to pass, I think, going forward. So again, now is a good time to get long on Tasty Trade. No, that's the link down below, guys. Utilize that. Let's see. Trade Desk, 1 year. Yeah, there's that chart. Huge room to move. Jeez, I still got this lingering cough. 3 earnings beats, solid growth, strong buy, and growth. 20% next year versus the S&P 514. All right, last one. Upstart. Let's just go right here. Look at the Yahoo while we're here. But the 1 year chart, we're trading at 45. They've got a 59.60. I've got a $70 target myself that I'm looking at, and 3 beats. Wow, there's quite a few holds. I'm surprised more aren't long. Upstart, but huge growth. 47% next year. Current year, 842%. Wow, is that correct? Unbelievable. But $70 target, and yeah, consistent beats. But the lower rates will help as there's more loans done as well with Upstart. And they have a whole system for going ahead and working with banks and providing loan approvals much more quickly. The technicals and support, 40 to 65. Let's go to the Tasty Trade, see what we've got on in Upstart. All right. I closed out one of my calls last week on the pullback, but I've still got 2 leaps on. But we're profitable. Yeah. And you can see the chart right here. So the 50 is coming up on the 200-day, but it's fairly priced right now. So good time to be long with the leaps right now. All right, guys, I put a link down below for the free options workshop. Be sure and grab that. Remember to hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment, ask a question. I answer every one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.